They seemed like an ordinary British couple. But inside their home on Cromwell Street, unspeakable horrors were buried beneath the floorboards. This video discusses disturbing crimes, including violence and abuse. Viewer discretion is advised. We mean no disrespect to the victims or their families. Fred and Rose West are two of Britain's most notorious serial killers. Together, they tortured, sexually assaulted, and murdered at least 12 young women and girls between 1967 and 1987, many of them buried at their home in Gloucester at 25 Cromwell Street. Fred West's history of violence began long before he met Rose. Born in 1941, he grew up in a deeply dysfunctional household where sexual abuse was allegedly normalized. He was already linked to the death of his first wife and a former lover by the time he met 15-year-old Rose Letts in 1969. Fred was 28. Rose came from her own troubled background marked by instability and suspected abuse. The two quickly formed a disturbing bond, one that centered around manipulation, control, and violence. Rose moved in with Fred and soon took on a maternal role, not only to his children but also as a co-conspirator in his crimes. Their crimes escalated with the murder of Fred's stepdaughter, Charmaine, in 1971, while Fred was in prison. It's believed Rose killed the child, then lied about her disappearance. Charmaine's body was later found under the kitchen floor of a previous property. Their next victim was Rena Costello, Fred's ex-wife and Charmaine's mother. Her dismembered remains were discovered buried in a field. From there, the Wests' violence spiraled. In the basement of their home at 25 Cromwell Street, the couple created what they called a sex dungeon. There, they would lure young women, some strangers, others lodgers, or even their own children's friends, where they were assaulted, tortured, and murdered. One of the most heartbreaking victims was their 16-year-old daughter, Heather West, who disappeared in 1987. The Wests told people she had run away, but suspicions grew after jokes were made within the family like, "Don't end up under the patio like Heather." In 1992, one of the West children finally spoke up about the abuse, triggering a full police investigation. In 1994, police began excavating the home. What they found was horrifying. Human remains in the cellar, under the bathroom floor, and in the garden. 9 bodies were recovered from Cromwell Street alone. Fred was arrested and charged with multiple counts of murder. Before his trial could begin, on New Year's Day 1995, he took his own life in prison by hanging. Rose stood trial later that year. Unlike Fred, she showed no remorse. She was convicted of 10 murders and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole, one of the rare cases in British law where a whole life order was applied. 25 Cromwell Street was demolished in 1996. The site turned into a landscaped pathway, erasing the physical structure, but not the trauma. The crimes of Fred and Rose West remain among the most disturbing in British history. They shocked the nation not just because of their brutality, but because of how long the couple went undetected, hiding in plain sight. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments below what case should we cover next.